Hey guys, Jordan Lucas here. Today I'm going to be running through 10 of my favourite Muay Thai combinations. To do these combinations, you're going to need a partner to drill with. Let's get into it. This combination involves a jab cross, slip into cross hook cross. Let's get into it. So guys, I'm here with my partner Dean. What I'm going to throw first is I'm going to throw my jab cross. My partner's going to throw back with that jab, and I want to slip out into the side. All I'm doing now is I'm coming back with a cross, hook, cross. So when it's done properly, this is what it should look like. This technique just involves a counter of your opponent's kick into a kick of your own. Let's get into it. The first thing my partner's going to do is he's going to throw a right kick of his own. What I'm going to do is when he kicks, I'm going to stand out to the side and catch it. So Dean kicks me, I step out to the side and I catch his kick. From here, I'm going to counter with a kick of my own. So all I do now is I shoot my hips back, throw the leg, and into a kick of my own. So when done properly, this is what it should look like. This technique involves the parry of a push kick into a leg chop of my own. Let's get into it. So the first thing my partner's going to do is he's going to throw out a push kick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to parry it. So Dean throws his push kick, I parry the kick away, which leaves his foot hanging out there. All I do now is I just chop at that leg. So when done properly, this is what it should look like. This technique just involves a head movement drill to obviously avoid getting punched by your opponent. Let's get into it. Alright guys, starting off with this head movement technique, pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to be avoiding straight punches, hooks and uppercuts. So we'll get into it. So slip, slip, under, lean back, lean back. So I'll do it to my partner, jab, cross, hook, lean back, lean back. Once you get a bit more comfortable with this technique guys, you can start to mix it up a bit with your partners. So this is what it should look like when done properly. This technique involves just counter-attacking and working on your defense. Let's get into it. Alright guys, to start off with this technique, my partner's going to throw a leg chop. I'm going to check the kick. I'm going to catch the body kick. From here, I'm going to throw a cross, knee, throw the leg back, and kick to the body. So this is what it should look like when done properly. This technique involves tricking your opponent into walking into a left high kick. Let's get into it. Alright guys, the first thing I'm going to do with my partner is I'm going to throw a jab cross hook, like so, and then I'm going to throw the same technique again, but when I throw my hook, I'm going to wing my hook to the ground and come over with a left head kick. So this is what it should look like when done properly. This technique involves tricking your opponent into a flying knee to the head. Let's get into it. Alright guys, starting off with this technique, I'm going to throw my right cross into a rear leg chop. This time I'm going to do the same thing, but instead I'm going to go higher with the flying knee. So right cross, leg chop into flying knee. So this is what it should look like when done properly. This technique involves punching whilst on defense. Let's get into it. Alright guys, the first thing I'm going to do for this technique is I'm going to throw out my jab cross. Naturally, he's going to come forward, so I step back off my jab, and the same thing with my right hand. After that, I slip his jab and come back with a cross of my own. So this is what it should look like when done properly. This technique involves kicking out your opponent's front leg whilst on defense. Let's get into it. Alright guys, to start off with this technique, my opponent's going to be putting pressure on me. What I want to do is I'm going to step back and I'm going to scoop out that front leg and come back with the cross. So when done properly guys, this is what it should look like. This technique involves slipping off your opponent's right cross. Let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do in this technique is my opponent throws a right cross. What I do is I slip the cross, come back with the cross on my own, and I use this to hit an angle. From here, all I got to do, straight to the body or body kick. So when done properly, this is what it should look like. Thanks for watching guys. Make sure to check out all our other videos. To score 5% off your next bulk powders purchase, type in Showtime at the checkout. To stay updated, make sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube, and follow us on Instagram.